Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Tori Live and welcome. So this is night one of a 7-night series that was dropped on me and it's called From the Hard Place. I'm here because I've literally been going through some hard stuff and God's been revealing things to me and I felt the urge to share it with you guys because I feel like and I've always felt like we go through things in life so that we will be able to share it with somebody else and hopefully help somebody who may be going through or who may encounter what you have gone through, right? So when I say from the hard place, like what does that even mean? Yeah, we're diving straight in. I'm going straight for the meat and potatoes. Before I even do all that, if this is your first time visiting my channel, I definitely encourage you to hit the bell so that you can stay on top of all notifications for this channel. Definitely would love if you subscribe and stay around a little longer because I have more content and stuff coming past the next 7 days. But definitely check out tonight, tomorrow, and every night up until the 21st because we will be breaking down what coming from a hard place looks like in so many different areas. We're going to hit it hard tonight and for the rest of these nights. So I definitely want you guys to come back. So, with that being said, please definitely make sure that you share, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and all that good stuff. So, from the hard place, and I have a few notes because I'm a note taker for real. But what does a hard place look like? So, a lot of people think that a hard place has a definition. It has like a specified, this is what it looks like, this is what it is. When people go through hard times, it's a money issue. Or it's some kind of depression, they're sad, they're in a rough season. Maybe they like are suffering grief. They lost somebody and they're grieving, right? But a hard place can literally be any place that you struggle with, anything that you deal with that is a struggle in your mind, in your spirit. It doesn't have to have anything to do with, just your finances or whatever we think a hard place looks like. Um, everybody has a different story and everybody travels a different route in this journey. So, as we explore what a hard place even looks like, I want to take this moment to compel you, right? To ask you to open up your mind and we're going to dissect how we speak, how we speak, how we choose, how we believe, and how we start from that hard place that's going to propel us into success. Let's just say success. So, one thing I want to talk about on tonight, right? Because as I break down, it's going to be over the next course of the 6 days we have left. But tonight, it's like an intro. So, who am I? What am I? Why am I doing this? Um, it's easy to give up. I'm gonna be real and honest with you. It's very easy to give up, and I feel like we all know that, right? We would think that it's easier to push, it's easier to succeed, it's easier to win, but honestly, it's very easy to give up. Before the race even begins, before we even start to get our hopes up, a lot of times we begin to self-sabotage before we even before we even go to that place of trying, before we even go to that place of giving it our best shot, giving it a shot, we begin to literally talk ourselves down. The moment, I don't know if I'm the only one, but the moment you get a good idea, right? Your mind sometimes drifts off and begins to like already come up with different ways and reasons why you should quit, different ways and reasons why you should just stop right now. You don't have enough money, you don't have the look, you don't have the talent, whatever it may be. You begin to just psych yourself out and live in delusion. But what's the but? What is the but here? The but is that we have to hear a voice that's louder than that voice. We have to push ourselves past just hearing what we tell ourselves that we cannot do and move into what God says we can do. Move into what His word says that we are, right? So, like I said, it's easy to give up. And, when you hit hard times, that's when I feel like your faith is really, really tested. That's when you really find out, like, what you're really made of. I'll take myself, for example. I felt as though I got into a place where I was all good and everything was straight. My relationship with God was getting better. My walk was good. New job. Life is so good. I'm single. I'm happily single, right? And I'm like, I'm good. I'm for the first time. I'm feeling secure in who I am without anybody. I'm feeling secure in what I got going on. I'm happy for me. I'm doing this, like killing it. And when a rough patch hits you, literally, that's when your faith is shaken. And I'm gonna take it that route because that's really where it is for me. This was a spiritual battle for me. I felt like my faith was super strong. I was praying hard. I was doing me. I'm out here. God, use me. God, I'm on the battlefield for you. It's whatever you want. And as soon as you say those words, those are like the magic words. God, I'm on the battlefield. I'm out here for you. I'm ready. It's whatever you want. Whatever you want. Your will. I'm out here. As soon as you activate that with your mouth, it just feels like everything begins to come at you, right? Everything comes at you. As soon as you say, God, I'm ready to serve you. I'm ready to do what you want me to do. I'm out here. It's like it just puts the enemy on notice, like, oh yeah, that I got you. And then you get hit with everything you can possibly think of. And it's like, man. And sometimes it makes you want to pull your hand back. Like you was all in, but now you're like, God, I'm not really sure if that's what I even want to do anymore. God, I said I would serve you. I said I was going to live right. I said it was going to be, but I don't know because it's hard over here. And I didn't know you had this many complications on this side. I thought this was the good side. I thought I was straight. I'm going to just fall back. So, life story. Um, I was at a high place. I was at a great place. And um, like I said, happily single, living my best life. And then it hit me. It all came crashing down in a matter of text messages. Um, I began to talk to somebody from my past. I began to romanticize the idea of, getting back with this person. And now we're older, we're at a different place in our life. We can try this again and probably be successful if we go ahead and do it. However, I'm going to let y'all know right now, I didn't pray about this. I did not ask God, hey, you think this is something I should do? I was just like, nope. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because I know that I've grown. And from our conversation, I feel that he's grown too. Therefore, if I've grown, he's grown, right? I'm whole, he's whole, right? I'm good, he's good, right? We could figure it out. We could figure it out. And that's the problem. Trying to figure it out without asking God to reveal and show you, and even asking for approval, like, God, are you cool with this? Right? um I just was like, yeah, I'm gonna do my thing. I'm out here. God, I've been living right for you. I've been trying to live good for you. Like, this is my reward. This relationship is my reward, and I'm gonna go get it. And I don't have any bad intentions. I'm not trying to be with this man for clout or anything. I don't want his money or nothing. I really, want to be with this person, want to build a relationship with this person, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with wanting to settle down, right? And there's not. Truly, there's not. But the problem comes when we don't ask God first. Can I be with this person? Is this person for me? Is this a compatible fit? Does this fit your purpose for me? Like, the journey that you have me on, is this person going to pray with me and pray for me? Are they going to cover me? Or are they going to pull me away from prayer? And even outside of like a spiritual aspect, is this person going to support my dreams, or do they not have a clue about what I'm doing, right? And I'm not saying that necessarily in terms of him personally, but I'm saying this in terms of you before you decide to make a drastic decision like that. Because yeah, it is a drastic decision when we decide to partner with somebody and create. You can be creating a partnership, or you can be creating a soul tie. It's all in the intent, and all in if you really was seeking an answer on that thing, or if you just went on your own accord. So back to the story, I went on my own accord, and I was like, man, whatever. I'm talking about took a flight. Oh girl, took a flight to go see him. And we did talk about what we were going to do. We did talk about how we were planning to build and be together, and we had built a plan. And when I did go to see him, unfortunately, I was disappointed. I was disappointed because it didn't turn out to be what I thought it was. He kind of like ended up saying, I think that we should do it like this. I don't think that we should. And my heart is broken because I'm like, and like my heart is broken all over again, right? Because this is somebody from my past. And I feel like there's a lot of blanks that I'm not filling in the story on purpose. But anyway, my heart is broken. I'm sad. And I'm like angry. See, I'm angry now at him, but then at me too, at me more so, because I did this to me. I did this to me, right? But before I even I got angry at him a little bit, angry at me a lot of it, but then my anger with myself turned into my frustration with God, turned into my anger towards God, turned into my rebellion against God. I found myself in a hard place because the truth of the matter is, I wanted and still want so bad, right? To be in a relationship that's going to turn into marriage, that's going to turn into a future. I don't want to be nobody girlfriend forever, okay? Period. I don't want to be just out here single forever either. And I never saw it wrong to want to be in a relationship. I never saw it wrong to desire marriage. I never saw it wrong to desire, to be, to build a family, right? But these things are not wrong, but they do become distorted when we begin to make them God over our life. When we will value our relationships or our partner or even our spouse, right? Even if it's your God given spouse, when that person begins to take the place of God, when that person begins to be like you love them more than you love yourself, like that's weird. You can't you can't do you're not supposed to do that. You were not designed to do that, right? You were not designed to become that person. Don't be so desperate for love that you give up your own dreams, your morals, your values, your not your religion. I'm sorry, your relationship with God. Right? Don't be so hard up for that you put everything else to the side. You throw everything away. Cause I'm not gonna hold y'all. Like if we were gonna like work it out, like I was thinking about like even relocation with this person. But I never asked God for the confirmation. I never got that answer. I don't think I was even waiting for the answer. I knew what I wanted and I felt like I was right and justified and I was moving on it. And I began to get mad with God because here I am in this hard place. I'm like, I don't understand, God. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. I'm reading my Bible, I'm praying, I'm going to church. I moved away from certain things that I used to do, so that I can focus, right? I've been doing this thing. I've been faithfully holding it down for you, God. Why why am I still by myself? Why am I still sad? Why am I still lonely? Why am I still lacking in this area? And bigger than that, why do I even feel like this? Because I've been free. Okay? I've been free. I've been single. I've been focused on myself, focused on, my career, focused on my business, focused on just me, and not even worrying about nobody, not dating nobody. I took a whole like year off of dating. I just over it. I'm just like, I'm just focused on other things. And I felt like I had done it right. Why are you letting this fall through again, God? Why are you punishing me? Like, I'm in a hard place right now because my feelings are telling me that God failed me. My emotions are telling me that why didn't this work for me? Why does this happen? Why is this happening again? Why am I feeling these feelings? Why am I even reverting back to that old girl? Because I felt good, y'all. I felt independent. I felt free, y'all. I was single and loving it. I no longer was single a disease for me. I was actually happy. So all of a sudden, this person, and now it's like I'm starting all over again. It's like I'm having to find myself all over again. I mean, I'm depressed, I'm sad, crying. I don't understand why. I'm just, and I got so angry that I was like, you know what, God, I'm over it. If you're not going to work for me, I'm not going to work for you. I'm going to go sit down. I don't want to be a part of anything in church no more. I don't want to do nothing else. I don't even want to get online and encourage these people because, God, I'm tired. And when I tell you that was like one of the most self-centered things I could have ever said to God, after all that he did for me, after everything that he already brought me through, after all of like the path that I've traveled and all that I know about God and all that I know that I could have fell into, right? But I didn't. I'm talking about got the money right. Not perfect. But I'm okay, right? Credit going up, you know, happy. I live in a good neighborhood. My family life, it's coming together. It's wonderful. Like, so just because that one thing did not work, that one relationship did not pan out the way I thought it was going to pan out, I began to just like get so angry and feel like, oh, well, everything is falling down around me. Nothing's working. That's a quitter mindset. That's very juvenile. That's very immature. That's very stupid. No lie. No lie. Um, and this right here is literally where your faith is tested. When you're in a hard place, when you're in a rough season, when you're asking for answers, and it's like it's not coming through, nothing's coming through, nothing seems to be making sense. You're just out here sad. Like, God, I'm trying. Why is nothing? That's where your faith is tested. And I had to look at myself one day and realize I was failing the test. Every time something happened that I felt was extremely big, right? Me and God, we had surfed over, the small waves, right? I had my little boogie board and we was, when you at the beach at the little shoreline and you're jumping the little baby waves. Yeah, me and God, we had jumped the baby waves, right? All of them, killing them. What? Get out of here, baby wave. Get out of here, baby wave. We had gone a little deeper. There was some heavier waves coming in, a little current. And we was jumping that too, right? But then I went a little further out. Every time I go a little further out into the deep and things get a little rough, this is where I begin to realize my faith is really tested and I really be failing. So it takes me back to where I thought I was with God. It takes me back to where I thought I was, even with myself, right? As a whole, strong woman, right? It takes me back to that place. And now I'm at the drawing board. I'm at the drawing board trying to figure out, well, where is she? Where is that girl? Where is that strong woman? And where is she? Where is that faith? Where is that, I believe in God no matter what. Where is all that? How come When a hard place comes up, when a place that I can't seem to get over, when a bigger wave comes, me and God, we've been jumping the waves and jumping the waves with our boogie board. But as soon as a bigger wave comes, I jump ship. Cause see, I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. This is not the first time that I have jumped ship on God. This is not the first time that, and I've been like a temp agency. It's like I work for a temp agency. I'm temping for Jesus, right? And God has not desired us to be a temp agency, a revolving door every time we endure a hardship, right? When we endure a hardship, it's like, okay, I got faith, me and God, we're going to do this. But then when something bigger than that, something we have not figured out, right? Something that we don't see the answer yet, all of a sudden, that same God who rescued us from poverty, that same God who rescued us from our disillusions of self, that same God who saw us through when everybody turned their back on us, right? That same God who was there through all of that. We can't seem to crack the code on why we can't enter into the right relationship, and all of a sudden, okay, you know what? Forget everything you ever did for me. I'm gonna go sit down. That's when I realized who I was. And that's when I realized I needed to pivot and become who God called me to be. I needed to go further into the deep, and jumping the little waves at the shoreline, that ain't good enough. You got to go a little deeper, and everybody's not called to the same level of depth, right? Some of us, we get in the baby pool. Some of us, we can get in the 3 feet. Some of us can go even further into like the 5.5 feet. And some of us are called into oceans. And we have to understand how to get through our hard places so that we can get into those oceans, so that we can move into who we're really called to be. Because like I said in the first bullet point on my notepad, it is so easy to give up. It is mad easy to give up. But like I said in the other part of my notes, we had to find and learn how to speak, choose, believe, and start from a hard place. Now, I understand that everybody who watches my videos may not necessarily be spiritually inclined. Everybody may not be a Christian. Everybody may not think the way that I think. But I encourage you to open up your mind a little bit, listen to what I'm saying, and let it apply to you where it applies to you. As for me personally, right, this journey of coming from this hard place absolutely involves God, because it's when I tried to exclude God that I put myself in a hard place. Like, for real, let's go back into the story a little bit. I put myself in a harder place than I needed to when I began to rebel and do things my own way instead of seeking out what God was asking me. Instead of following the course, instead of doing what I was supposed to be doing, instead of staying focused, I personally put myself in a hard place. But see, the thing, the focus of this video is not even to sit here and victim blame myself and whoa, feel bad for me. It's not even about all that. Because now that I've recognized what has happened and where I've been and where I need to be, now, let's unpack, right? Now that we've done our whole introductory night, let's unpack what it looks like to build ourselves up from the hard place, to get out of the hard place, to reverse the curse of that hard place. And in these next 6 days, I'm going to be talking to you about how I pulled myself back from sudden destruction, because I was out here just like giving up on everything just because of one thing. And God showed me something so amazing, even in a week's time, right? After an event that I felt was so catastrophic, right? In my mind, I felt like it was catastrophic, but like low key, it really wasn't that deep. But that's another conversation. In these next 6 days, we're really gonna go in and break down not so much how the fall happened, but how to get up from the fall, how to rebound, how to pull yourself out of a hard place by speaking, choosing, believing, and starting from exactly where you fell. It's not about, I cannot stress this enough, it's not about how you fall, where you fall, when you fall, how far you fall, but literally everything in life is about how you get back up. Just like your grades. Maybe you're not doing so well in class. You might be at the place where, okay, you're failing. But now, what do you need to do? Anybody who's ever failed a class or has been on the verge of failing or has got like a warning notice in middle school or high school or whatever, like me, then you know that once those midterm grades begin to come through, and warning notices and failure notices start coming, you know you got a grace period, you got a window. You have a window to pull your grade up. You have a window to figure out how you gonna take this D and turn it into a B. You can hit the extra credit. You can do, make some of your work up. You can do whatever. But it's not at that point in the game, once you start thinking like that, it's no longer why I failed. Like, okay, yeah, I went out to this party, or I slept in here where I should have studied, or I didn't go to tutoring here. All them things don't even matter anymore. Now, what matters is, okay, professor, okay, teacher, okay, whoever, what I got to do to put my grade up? What do I do to get out of this hard place with my grades? You follow? So from here on out, for the next 6 nights, we're not going to focus on, what I told you tonight is literally just a prerequisite so you can understand kind of like where I'm coming from and how I got to this place to even begin this 7-day series. But we're going to unpack not so much what happened, but what happens next. So, with that being said, like I said earlier, I hope that you open up your mind and your heart to what I will be saying over these next few nights. I hope that it makes sense to you. I hope that if you have any questions, comments, or anything, that you definitely hit the comment section. Definitely drop some comments, drop some stuff. I'm going to be in there commenting back. And that may actually help me. I have like a whole note. I have all my notes and stuff ready for the rest of the From the Hard Place series, but some of your comments and questions may prompt me to add some things to what I'm already bringing to you guys. But overall, I hope that this series brings value to you in your life, because everybody goes through a hard place. And like I said earlier, what a hard place looks like for one person looks different for another person. Everybody has a different story and travels down a different route on this journey called life. But along the way, if what I say can help you in your journey, then who am I not to speak? So, as I talk to you guys over these next 6 nights, I hope that it resonates with your soul. I hope that whether you have or are going through what I've gone through, or if you got another hard place, I hope that you can take this, what I'm going to give you, and just copy and paste this into your own situation. I really pray that everybody who watches this gets what they need from it. For real. That's my only reason for doing this. Like, who wants to sit here and talk about their business? Not me. But God has put a call on my life that we go through things in order to share our testimony and help other people grow through what we've gone through. So I'm coming from a hard place, and I'm going to show you how to bounce up out of it. And, you guys just pray for me. Like, I'm only human. We all make mistakes. We all fall down sometime. But like I said earlier, it's about how you get back up. So, hope you guys definitely enjoyed this. Please make sure you love, like, and share, subscribe, hit the bell, and that's a wrap for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow on part 2, night 2 of From the Hard Place series. Thank you.